Okay, everybody. Welcome to Rusted Up. And this here, which you've probably seen multiple times before, is our 97 TJ Jeep Wrangler. It has the 4-cylinder, the 2.5. This was actually built in April of 96. And if you know this, there's no Wranglers with that particular year designation on their model. However, it was still built during that time. And as such, a lot of the components in this Jeep, in order to buy them when you go to the parts store, you have to actually look up a 95 YJ to get the certain engine parts for this Jeep. Very unique, very interesting. It has the AX5 transmission, which is a troublesome transmission, but the 2.5, we've been bouncing it off the red limiter. It's been handling up pretty well. Thus far, it hasn't blown a head gasket, and it's pushing these 33s. Another advantage to having those earlier years is they came with the 410 gears in both of the axles. Now this has a low pinion Dana 30 in the front and a Dana 30 and 5 in the rear, which is pretty much the worst combination you can possibly get, but it does come with the 410 gears, which is helpful for the time being, especially with the 33s. In order to get these on, these are actually from a Jeep Grand Cherokee, so the bolt pattern is wrong, bolt pattern for these. So we had to get a spacer and adapter, which is why they stick out a little bit. And then we got our $200 eBay bumper and our $300 Smittybilt 9,500 pound winch, all wrapped up together. And we got some LED lights. We're going to add a bunch more LED lights, but this is pretty much one of the leads for most of our videos. We picked this Jeep up in the middle of nowhere's lands. It used to be a plow Jeep. People plowed with it way up into the northern UP, and it was definitely not treated the best. It was in lots of pieces when we picked it up, but it did run, sort of, and this has a 4.5-inch rough country lift, very cheap lift. Does not help drivability at all, but it still goes, and a little rusty, dented, scratched, damaged all over the place. And this Jeep has some major league rust issues. So the rust in the window, and then if you look in here, we'll just immediately go right into the thick of it. We actually have, as you can see, some major rust right through the floor on the driver's side. Pretty bad. We got our custom gold, oh yeah, right from the bottom. We got our custom gold duct tape seats, and this particular one also has the weird half doors with the plastic tops and the split top, which is sort of cool. So, and yeah. Moving on, we'll go around this way and see our custom setup that we have built here for our 360 camera. Very cool. This was actually our camera guy's ingenious method of holding it up. We have a bar that comes straight up in the air and attaches to that. This actually was from another Jeep we had painted. It's actually the original gate for this Jeep, but we had painted it gold because we were going to use it on another Jeep. But then we threw it back on anyway. But we had busted this up, so we had to get one of these. And moving on to this side, we had our muffler. The split tops are pretty cool, actually. And these are 17-inch rims, 33-inch tire Duratracs. Very cool. And we had to put on some extra mirrors and whatnot. And again, you can see the giant rust holes in this Jeep. They're pretty substantial. Frame on this, though, turned out to be really solid. The frame has almost zero issues whatsoever. Very awesome. And then if you look down here, you can see our giant hole right there. I mean, it's a doozy. Yeah, we got Matt down there showcasing that. And you'll see in some of the videos, if you can't tell by all the mud that was sitting in that shot, the water will actually come up while I'm driving and just fill the whole floor up. I mean, it's so rusted, this seat no longer goes in, which is why there isn't a seat here anymore, which is nuts. And I actually purchased this thing right here so that it would hold my phone and radio.
Yeah, because we may have lost the phone, our business phone, for how many days? 2 days, because it fell through that hole in the floor while we were off-roading on Trail 8, was it?
Trail 8, yeah.
Yeah.
2 days. Luckily, it was
Did you find it, Jordan?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I went back out and found it with this Jeep, actually. Yep. Yeah. So that's why I needed to purchase this. And that being said, though, we're gonna see if we can do a little buzz to get some of those rust holes fixed, so we're not constantly being flooded. But yeah, she's a really solid Jeep for the most part. Has to bump the red line every time we're out on the trail with the 4-cylinder, but she's gone where the Jeeps with the 38-inch tires, the Rubicons with the lockers, even Jordan with his little XJ goes everywhere. It's been awesome. And I think it's only gotten stuck twice, 3, 4, 5. Just gotten stuck a few times. Yeah, that's user error. What you gonna do? So if you're not getting stuck, you're not having fun. So yeah, awesome Jeep. We're not really certain what we'd like to do with this. We might want to do bigger axles. Maybe we want to do an engine swap, or maybe we keep it just like this so that you guys can continue to see how these perform, and eventually put 35s and show how this will perform with just 410s and 35s. Because that is a very cheap build, honestly, for most people, is to leave that open diff so you can see the difference between lockers and open diffs. We actually have a 2002, which Matt will put a picture here, right.
Oh yeah, floating right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere
I'm just gonna
there.
block you out. There you go.
And just like.
No Atlas.
So a picture of that O2, which we're going to end up putting the lockers in. Then you can see the difference between having the lockers, having open diffs, and how those function. We're going to try to use similar tires, maybe do a tire shootout, have some fun, but definitely put in your comments what you'd like us to do, and stay tuned for more videos of this one. And everything this Jeep goes on, this Jeep is usually the one that also marks all of our guide trails. And I just bomb the trail in this thing as fast as I can and run those guide maps for you guys that we're going to continually post on our page. So stay tuned, look out for those, send us some support, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next videos. All right. Anything else you'd like to add about this? Maybe your own experience?
Not being much of an off-roader, I've always been told if you want to off-road in a Jeep, you need the 4.0. And either manual or automatic. I think automatics are generally preferred. But this 4-cylinder manual, I went through the Beaver Dam Challenge with it, and I didn't really feel a lack of power. I only felt one when I tried to go. No, that was in the Ranger I felt that lack of power. That's right. This thing, I've noticed you leave it in low, and it's fine. I was shocked by how well it works. So if you need to afford, Jeep on a budget, this is the thing. If you can find one of these cheap, this will work. Even this will work. So I was pretty shocked by it. It was surprising.
Even with big old 33s on it.
Yeah, even with the big 33s.
Well, don't forget to like, comment, share.
And subscribe.
There we go.
And we'll see you guys in the next video.